Tonight from Sioux City Police, a scam known as brushing is when someone receives an unexpected gift or item not ordered in the mail from a place like Amazon or a similar company. The gift will have the recipient's address, but doesn't include the sender's information or where the package will be from. And it should be listed as a retailer that's not really known. Now, when the recipient opens the package to see what it is and possibly who sent it, that's when they find a QR code to scan it and find out who actually sent that gift. Once that code is scanned, it can redirect you to phishing websites to attempt to gain your personal and financial information. Here's what you can do, police say, if you receive one of these packages.
If you do get one of these packages, you can report it either to that e-commerce site or to the United States Postal Service, and their postal inspectors will investigate it. The Better Business Bureau or the Federal Trade Commission, where they will launch an investigation as well.
And so far, Sioux City Police have not received any local reports of the scam, but they want you to beware and not fall victim to the scam this holiday season.